Hi, everybody. Welcome to Unapologetic Radio, where I share my thoughts and opinions on things that are happening. And please remember that if you do not like my show, move on. If you like my show, hit that like button and subscribe so that you will receive the notifications on any new shows. If you like my show and want to support, the CASHAPP is in the description. So, I know you guys seen the title. Why do foreigners keep coming to the United States of America? Well, America. I'm just going to say that. I'm giving you facts because I live in America and has always lived in America. So who would know better than an American on the BS that America has? So the statement, the land of the free, is a bunch of BS. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this now and know this now. We are not free in America. We have politics in America. Everything that America does, they want back. Nothing is free in America. Let me repeat this. Nothing is free in America. The cost of living is expensive. America overall comes in 30th out of 53 destinations as a good place to live. So why do you guys keep coming to America? Its biggest downsides are factors related to the quality of life, like healthcare, travel, and transit, as well as personal finances. To give you a rough estimate, you might need an annual household income of $75,000 to $100,000 or more to comfortably support a family in America. See, these are the things they don't tell you. It's not the land of the free. America food is processed or lab grown. According to the dietary guidelines for Americans, the average American diet consists of excessive salt, saturated fat, refined grains, calories from solid fats, and added sugars. Americans also eat fewer vegetables, fruits, whole grains, dairy products, or oils, which means that to eat healthy in America costs a lot. It's not easy to find. They make it very difficult for you. And by the time some of these foods hit the shelves, they have kept them hidden away for so long that they are almost molded, or they're just too ripe and you have to wait yourself. Either way, eating healthy in America is not possible. The latest data includes that 39.6% of U.S. adults are obese. Look at the internet. Some of them got BBLs to look obese. Bodies are out of whack. It's 39.6%. Let me break down that number. Out of 39.6%, 31.6% are overweight and 8% are severely obese. Obesity is linked to a number of health elements, including diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and a number of cancers such as breast and colorectal. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You will never own anything in America, and anything you think you own, you have to continually pay for. They call this thing taxes. What is the purpose of taxes? Taxes provide revenue for federal, local, and state governments to fund essential services like defense, highways, police, and the judicial system. That's supposed to benefit all citizens. You will quickly notice it only protects white people. In 1862, President Lincoln signed into law a revenue-raising measure to help pay for Civil War expenses. This measure created a Commissioners of Internal Revenue and the nation's first income tax. The Civil War is over, so why are we still obligated to pay taxes? The sad part about this is they can charge you interest and penalize you for not paying taxes. Where is this, you may ask? In America. Now, I always wonder why foreigners come into our country to live and disrespect our English culture. So I looked up the requirements to come into America, and this is what they have online. This is on the government site. They must be a minimum required age, typically at 18. Continually and physically live in the United States as a green card holder for a certain number of years. Establish residency in the state or U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, district where they intend to apply. Have good moral character. Now, I have something to say about that. Good moral character, I looked this up, is an ideal state of a person's beliefs and values that is considered most beneficial to society. Foreigners do not contribute to the American society. They take our American money and send it back to their country. How is that contributing on top of all that they come to America and mass produce? They mass produce their families quickly. Us Americans take care of them through our taxes. Mind you, they don't pay taxes though. But the money that they make, they send back to their country. Where is the moral character in that? That's all I'm going to say about that. They also must be proficient in basic spoken and written English and demonstrate knowledge of U.S. history and government. Guys, that just, ooh. How do they pull this off? Half of the foreigners that come to America refuse to learn English. And I can't stand when they smile and say, "Me no English." That is the biggest disrespect ever. How dare you come into an English country, take our money, but don't want to learn the language? If we enforce this one, a lot of them would be deported immediately. And they can smile at that. If we and when we travel to their country, we are forced to learn their language. They make no effort in Puerto Rico, Mexico, Germany, Italy to meet Americans with their native language. English, they just smile and make us figure it out. So they should be forced to learn our language and speak it just as fluently as they expect from us when we travel to their country. They must register for military service if a male of a certain age and be willing to perform civil service when required. None of them ever join our military. Hell, they be running from their own. And that's why they claim to come to America to begin with, right? So why would we expect them to fight for us? Now, I'm not saying that there's not some who hasn't. I'm not saying that there aren't some that do. I'm simply saying that the mass majority of them, mainly the ones that I'm just going to stick to the mass majority, don't. Then the ultimate is they must swear allegiance to the United States. The government should stop all Western Unions, MoneyGrams that foreigners send to their countries. The government is so worried about what Americans do with their money, but they let millions of dollars per day, tax-free, be sent to other countries, and Americans have to pay for that loss with their higher taxes, rent hikes, food hikes, gas hikes, electric hikes, etc., etc. The list goes on. And when these foreigners retire, they go back to their countries. So how is that an allegiance to the United States? The crazy thing, about this is us Americans can't even become citizens in their countries. Most of the things on this list foreigners do not do and refuse to do, so they should be sent back to where they came from, like how their countries would do to an American. And I'm just being honest. I'm not being funny. I'm just saying other countries put in place certain rules, guidelines, and bylaws and all that good stuff that you want to call it on Americans. We can only stay 4 months, 6 months. If not, they're coming to get us. They're looking for us. America should actually do the same thing. We should enforce those same things. You have to go. If you haven't, you overstayed your welcome, you have to go. But it's not easy to live in America. So my final words to this and call to action: stop coming to America. We are already overcrowded. It's not a better life, it's a harder life. It's a life of being a slave to the rhythm. You go to work and you never receive anything in return. The more foreigners that come here, the worse our streets start starting to look, the higher things are going. Um, it's America is not the American dream. The people that are in America is looking to leave America. So should you. Well, thank you for listening to my show. I appreciate all the love and support. Again, this is just a personal opinion, observing what's been going on. And you have the right to disagree. Just don't disagree on my page. This is my personal opinion, how I see things. And opinions are things that change from time to time. So who knows where it goes. But for right now, stop coming to America. Anyway, thanks for listening to Unapologetic Radio. If you like my show, hit the like button, subscribe, tell all your family, friends, and coworkers all about Unapologetic Radio. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. God bless.